You going to give me $500?
No, not talking to me like that.
Yes, you are. I want $500.
Prepare for a wild ride as we enter the world of Hardcore Pawn. Prepare to be astounded by some of the most bizarre customers we've ever encountered. You won't believe what happens in today's video of Hardcore Pawn Most Stupid Customers. Prepare to be amazed and entertained. The first person you see in the video enters the pawn shop with the goal of purchasing a sofa for his new house. He strikes up a conversation with one of the store's employees named Les, who shows him a sofa that catches his attention and makes him want to learn more about it. The fact that the cost of the sofa is within the customer's price range makes him very happy. However, he realizes almost immediately that the couch is not in very good shape. He's concerned about the filthiness of the couch and asks whether it will be cleaned before he purchases it.
You gonna clean all that up before I buy it?
That's why it's so inexpensive right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Les explains to the client that the low price of the sofa reflects the fact that it is in used condition and that any additional cleaning will result in higher costs. However, the customer is confused by how dirty the sofa is, especially when he considers how clean his shoes are.
I'll tell you what, my shoes are cleaner than this couch.
Then don't buy it.
In spite of the unattractive circumstances, the customer makes an offer of $100 in lieu of paying the full amount in an effort to negotiate a better deal. The already tense situation becomes even more fraught as the customer continues to insult Les. The fact that the customer suggests that Les has been flatulating on the couch makes the predicament even more difficult. The interaction reaches its pinnacle when the customer makes a derogatory comment about Les's daughter, which results in the immediate ejection of the customer from the establishment.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that your daughter?
That's my daughter.
She must be nasty too.
What did you just say?
The unreasonable demands of the customer and the disrespectful behavior on their part serve as a reminder that not all business transactions are carried out with courtesy and comprehension. The ring that the second customer had purchased is waiting for him at the pawn shop when he arrives there. On the other hand, when he gets there, he finds out that the computer system at the store is having some kind of technical issue which is causing delays for all the customers. The customer, who is understandably upset by the circumstances, shows no tolerance for the shop's attempts to find a solution to the problem and instead insists that he receive his ring without delay.
Our computer system is down.
I don't want to hear that. Come on, I put all this money down. I knew I shouldn't have come here.
Ashley and other employees make an effort to locate the customer's ring by hand despite the fact that the computer system is currently experiencing technical difficulties. Sadly, the faulty system prints duplicate numbers so her search comes up empty. This makes it impossible for her to find what she's looking for. The customer claims that an engagement ring is on display in the store. It actually belongs to him.
I found my ring. It's right here.
Ashley's the one who breaks the news to the client, assuring him that his ring will remain secure in the vault of the jewelry store until the computer system can be fixed. She encourages him to leave and tells him that his ring will be waiting for him when he returns once the system has been fixed and operating normally again. The level of tension rises as the consumer continues to insist on having his ring and disrupts the staff's efforts to find a solution to the problem. While Ashley makes efforts to calm down the increasingly agitated customer, another employee named Seth looks far and wide for the customer's ring. After a frantic search against the clock, Seth finally finds it, which brings about a remarkable change in the customer's demeanor. In spite of the customer's impatience and inability to comprehend what was going on, the staff persisted in their efforts to satisfy him and were eventually successful in regaining possession of the ring. Two women enter a pawn shop with the intention of selling their earring collection for some cash. When Les, the employee, inquires as to the reason why they require the money, the exchange at first gives the impression of being routine. When one of the ladies starts acting more antagonistic toward the other and raising her voice in response to Les's inquiries, the situation becomes even more precarious. The customer is annoyed that she's being questioned about the purpose of her visit to the store and vehemently defends the reason she chose to come there. The customer quickly turns the conversation into a heated argument that is peppered with profanity and aggressive behavior, and the conversation quickly devolves into this state.
Because you asking me why I'm coming in here to handle my business. That's not your business why I'm coming in here to do what I got to do.
The customer continues to berate Les, expressing her dissatisfaction with the line of questioning in spite of Les's best efforts to keep a professional demeanor throughout the interaction. As soon as the security guard at the store saw that the predicament was getting worse, he sprang into action and quickly moved to position nearby. When the angry customer insists she be attended to immediately, her frustration reaches a fever pitch and begins to boil over. Les explains in a collected manner that he treats customers differently depending on their behavior, and that he treats customers who are respectful in the same manner they show respect. He expresses his displeasure with the customer's aggressive behavior and emphasizes the significance of maintaining a civil demeanor throughout the interaction.
I ain't leaving this bitch till you give me my money. I need my mother hair did.
At the conclusion of the discussion, the store security guard ushers the two women out of the building. Les maintains his composure and emphasizes the significance of showing customers respect while simultaneously expecting the same level of courtesy in return. During one of the pawn shop's tense moments, a customer enters with a contentious item, an alleged sex table. The atmosphere quickly becomes charged as the enraged customer demands to sell the item. The pawn shop owner and employees are taken aback by the audacity and confrontational behavior. Les is familiar with the customer and knows that he's a regular, but he has never seen him behave in such an unusual manner. The customer begins yelling profanities and insults at the staff members, which cause the tension in the room to quickly rise. In spite of the objections raised by the shop, he is adamant about selling the sex table.
What you want for this table, girl?
That's actually
Get your ass over here and shut up.
Ashley, Les's daughter, makes some attempts to mediate the conflict, but her efforts only serve to make things worse. Les is incensed by the manner in which the customer treated Ashley, who works for the company and is his daughter. The boiling point of the tension is reached when the customer makes a direct physical threat toward Les. Tensions rise and there's the possibility of a physical confrontation occurring. In the midst of the mayhem, other workers rush to the location in order to provide assistance and defuse the situation. The employees of the pawn shop continue to protect Les and keep control of the situation despite the heated exchange. They take the rude customer outside and swear to themselves they will never again allow him to enter the establishment. The incident has left everyone in the store shaken, but they are all relieved that it did not become even more serious.
Don't with my kid. I'm sorry, man. You don't with my kid. I'm sorry, Les.
Les and his staff step away from the dangerous situation for a moment to ensure everyone's well-being. People can feel confident coming into the shop to buy, sell, or pawn items because they are aware that the staff will put the customer safety first and work to keep the atmosphere respectable, even if there are disagreements that arise on occasion. Hey, that's all there is to it, folks. We hope you enjoyed this absurdity-filled ride on Hardcore Pawn. Most stupid customers. Remember that it takes a diverse range of people to make the world go round, and our pawn shop is no exception. Join us again next time for more incredible encounters that will leave you laughing, scratching your head, and wondering about the depths of human ingenuity. Keep your minds open and your valuables close until then. And thanks for watching.